Hi, my name is Morgan, and for my final topic, I chose social isolation in the aging adult population. So, 24% of adults 65 and older are considered socially isolated in America. And in the Module 1 PowerPoint, it discussed how communication with others, their social interactions, is like the top priority for aging successfully, showing how important this issue is. And also discussed in the Module 1 is the increase in the aging adult population in the near future. Another statistic I found is that it's supposed to raise from 900 million to 2 billion by 2050. Another theory is that older adults are happier and healthier when they remain engaged in daily life and social interactions. And by having social isolation that decreases social interactions, it creates not so happy or healthier individuals potentially. Productive aging is another concept we covered. It refers to making valued contributions to one's life by engaging in enjoyable, meaningful, and useful activities. If you think back on your daily routine in life, most of your daily activities include communicating with someone in some form. And through social isolation, that daily communication is just gone or limited, and it can have some negative consequences. Some causes are family dispersal, decreased mobility and income, and declining health, to name a few. And then impact. So social isolation is linked to many health concerns or health conditions, and it's not ironic, but it's interesting to look at the Module 2 PowerPoint and all of the common health conditions associated with aging, and they align very similar. So it makes me wonder if this issue is more prevalent than it is reported, or if the majority of aging adults do feel social isolation in some form. So, because of these health conditions associated, the economic costs are anywhere from 2 billion to 25.2 billion. So, by addressing this issue, we can cut those costs in some form. Addressing the problem. The overall goal is to maintain or build strong social relationships and combat those negative feelings associated, like loneliness and depression. Some strategies, the adult day service programs that we mentioned in the Module 3. There was multiple different services mentioned. Some I'll mention on the next slide, but a barrier could be that they do not have adequate transportation. And to combat this issue, making phone calls to these services and just saying, hey, what transportation services do you have for participants, and etc. Pet adoption. So pets have been shown to be very useful for the aging population because while it's not human interaction, it is a relationship that they can build upon and nurture, and it's shown really positive effects. A barrier might be financially adopting a pet, and I know the Pasadena Humane Society actually has a program for older individuals, and they can adopt a pet for free. So community involvement. This is important because it gets them out of their house. It gets them interacting with others. And a barrier could be that there aren't very many volunteer church service opportunities in the area, and pre-planning where you live in whenever you are an older individual can help combat this issue. Improve transportation for aging adults. This is more of a societal strategy as opposed to the individual, but I find it really significant because 13% do not drive and 18.2% are unable to identify transportation. Digital literacy. I know working in a long-term care facility as a CNA, we had telephones for residents that were programmed to ring louder if the resident had hearing impairments or etc. Even my mom, she has really trouble reading text because her vision is not the best. And so what I did is I went in and I adjusted her settings and made the text larger so she could read those texts. My aging blueprint, future self snapshot, lifestyle would be balanced diet, regular exercise, and communicating with loved ones. Living situation, close proximity to family, community, transit, health, attend my doctor's appointments, and drink lots of water. My purpose would really be my family and my community and potentially pets in the future. Health and well-being plan. For my physical health, like I mentioned, exercise, eating fruits, vegetables, balanced diet, and seeking preventative care. For my cognitive health, painting. I love painting, so staying up to date on those hobbies, sleeping well, and keeping routines. Strategies for my emotional health, maintaining close relationships, avoiding social isolation, and pets in the future. Financial and living needs, start planning for retirement early and keeping track of those monthly finances. Some barriers and adaptations could be limited access to transportation, and as I mentioned earlier, just contacting them and seeing what services they do provide for participants, and living in naturally occurring retirement communities or other communities geared toward the aging adult. Another barrier could be high cost of buying or adopting a pet and the upkeep. As I mentioned before, the Pasadena Humane Society does a program for seniors to adopt a pet. Barrier low digital literacy with updating technology. Another strategy that I did not mention previously is there are classes for older individuals to stay up to date on technology and how to use it, and etc. Letter to my aging self. Dear Morgan, in the future, please hold your loved ones close and never believe you are alone. Please never stop taking care of yourself. This includes continuing to participate in our favorite hobbies like exercising, painting, and baking. Please eat a balanced diet. Go to your doctor's appointments and get plenty of sleep because doing these things will help you in the long run, both physically and mentally. If you ever notice that you aren't communicating with others, please create a game plan to address this. There are many options like volunteering, adult day services, adopting a pet, and connecting with loved ones on social media. It's also important to start planning early, create a living will, keep track of monthly finances, and understand retirement options. Always ask questions on how to better prepare yourself for end of life. Sincerely, Morgan. And here are my references. Thank you for watching.